Hi everyone, this is Gloria with stampwithgloria.com. I'm going to show you how to do a really cool wreath project from an IKEA wreath that I got, and it lights up in lots of different colors. We're going to be working with vellum, and so I'm going to show you how the color kind of shines through the petals, makes a really neat project. And then a couple of other projects that some of my demonstrators have made I want to kind of show off. It's all from that same set, the Poinsettia Petals. Let me show you that set. Here it is, Poinsettia Petals. I actually just used the set and embossing powder and some of the permanent markers, the Stampin' Blends. And so I'm going to show you how to put it all together, how easy it is to do. You still have time to do this gift if you want to do it for Christmas, or give it to them now, and then they can enjoy it till Christmas. It's totally up to you. I heard from a birdie at IKEA that these particular wreaths are going on sale. We'll get started. I'll get started right away. First of all, I'll show you what the wreath looks like, or the wreath box. So here we have it. Let's let that, hopefully, there we go. The camera will focus. It's this wreath right here. So if you want to go to IKEA and pick it up, I'll slide it up on the camera. It's a wreath and it's got a cord I'll show you in just a little bit, and then a battery pack so you can put it just about anywhere. The cord's about 4 feet long, so it's really easy to find. And there is the ordering number. Let me put that closer to the camera so you can see that. So if you want to order it online, that might be helpful. 21777. Not sure what the 004.741.88 is. Maybe that's part of the number, but I just wanted to show you that, so that if you want to go out and get a couple of these, you can. I made several wreaths for my friends, and they love them, and I hope you like it too. So this actually won't be that long of a video, because I'm just going to show you how to do some embossing and on vellum. And the vellum that we carry in the catalog is cardstock vellum. It's on page 153 in our catalog. So yeah, my camera's having a little problem focusing in. Not quite sure why. Maybe it doesn't like the two whites. I guess it didn't. Okay. So there we go. So we've got the cardstock vellum right there. I want to show you how to emboss on it. And I do like to use the craft pad to emboss with, so that I can see what my image looks like when I stamp it on vellum. You can use a Versamark, and it's a clear pad. It's a sticky pad as well. But I just like being able to know where my image is. So I have the poinsettia here, and you can see I've been using it a lot. I've stamped several projects with it, but then you're just going to stamp it right onto the vellum. Now, as you can see, I missed the middle there, so let me ink that up. For this particular project, this is the second petal in the project to make the poinsettia, so if you miss the middle, it's not going to, well, I guess I'm going to miss the middle. Let me try that one more time. You know, it's one of those days, well, actually, I have one of those days almost every day of my life. So, I don't know what it is about me, but there we go. It came out that time. The middle came out that time. Evidently, I didn't push hard enough. It's really not that hard, but, and then the pad that we use is the craft stamping pad in Whisper White. That's kind of off separately in the catalog, so you have to find that. But once you have, the reason I wanted to show you this is you can use a colored embossing pad, and then we're going to use gold over the top of that. And gold embossing powder is an opaque powder, so what that means is it's going to cover the color underneath. So this could be bright pink, and you could put the gold embossing powder on, and you would be perfectly fine. You would still be able to emboss that flower. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that embossing powder on, and then show you real quickly how to emboss. I always just dump my powder right back into my embossing container. But some people like to use like the pad, you know, they like to use Tupperware or a pad. Oops, you can't see it. Let me put it up here. They like to use Tupperware or some people, we used to call them powder pads, powder puffs or something, but we no longer have them. So I don't use it so much anymore, but it works like this too. So now you need a heat gun or a heat embossing tool. I'm going to use that here. We're going to get that going, and then you're going to see how the gold is just going to pop up. It pops up right out of there. There you go. And just emboss that leaf. Now see, there's a little spillage there. That's okay, because the die that I'm going to use to cut it out, I'm going to show you the die. I'm not going to cut it out, but most of you know how to do that. Mix this one up. So these are all viable. We could use these all, no problem, because you would put another set of petals on top of this, and I'll show you how that works in just a second. So it would just cover up that middle anyway. You wouldn't be able to see it. So there is a little bit of spillage there. So one of the other things you can use is the silica sand in a pillow that we have, that you just wipe it off, and that keeps the embossing powder from sticking on the paper. And then you can emboss without that happening, or you can flick off the embossing powder, turn it over and flick it off onto your piece of paper, and then dump it back into your jar. That's another way. This is the way I did it though, because I had to make several of these, and I didn't want to stop. I just wanted to keep going and get everything done. So I just kept going, and something like this, that little spillage there, is going to be cut right off. So then you're just going to line up your die, and then you'll cut out the poinsettia perfectly. And then once you cut it out, let me show you what it looks like. I was just at my friend Dara's, and she we did tons of crafts while I was there. Plus we made lefse and caramels, and we just did a lot of stuff in several days that I was there. And this is one of the things I wanted to get done. So I had cut out lots and lots of these. So you can see that they look perfectly fine once you've stamped them and cut them out. So now on my wreath, which I'll show you in a minute, but I want to show you how I got the color on some of this stuff. On my wreath, I have different ways I put these poinsettias together. So one way was just to do white on white. So I just did the 3 different petals all on top of each other, okay? And then that was it. So we just left it white. So it's kind of a translucent look that we'll get. And then the next poinsettia that I did is I used the blending pens, and I used Real Red. So I just took Real Red and colored the back of the vellum. And because the blends are a permanent marker, you can do this. It's not going to be like your watercolor markers where the ink just slides off and never dries. This does dry. It takes a second. You gotta wait a second, but it does dry. So I took the bottom petal and then the very top petal and just colored it with Real Red blender pen to give it, you know, just some color. And then I wanted to layer them on top of each other. Here, let me get me some dimensionals here. I wanted to lay it on top of each other just like this, and I did use the mini dimensionals to do this, and I just kind of wanted to get it to be like a tricolor, like kind of a fun tricolor look. So that's how I did one petal. or one set of petals, I guess I should say. Then I was kind of racking my brain and thinking, I'd really like to have something that's a little more intense. So I started out with the bottom with the, and I thought it would be fun, like if I could get the colors to kind of graduate and get more intense on the top, right? So what I did is I took the Real Red again, okay, all right, Real Red, and then we'll flip that over, let that dry, and then I took, I'm gonna stay with the middle petal being just white because I like that contrast. I really like to see the difference there. But then I'm gonna take Real Red and do the top petal, okay. So we do the top petal like that, and then we're going to take the blender, we're going to take the, you know, I'm having problems talking today, but that's okay. My friend Felicia says just go ahead, finish the video, you'll be okay. I'm human if I stutter or whatever. So evidently I took the Cherry Cobbler blender pen for the second one. Okay, so I colored the back of that because you can see if you put them up, well, you can kind of see. If you put them up close, this is kind of a duller, darker red, and this is Real Red. So that's like a pinkier color. Okay, so once I did that on the bottom petal, then I thought, why not do it on the top? Because this is permanent, right? And it'll cover right over that embossing that you did, okay, which is cool because then you can see, like, you can still see like all the veins and everything, but then take the middle one and just pull some color in, but maybe not all the petals, but some of the petals, maybe just in the middle, just on the top, just kind of give it, you know, a variegated look and put it together. And then you can have like a really cool kind of blended look. So I'm going to do that. And I was thinking about putting it together totally. So you're going to get like a soft pink look and then a really, you know, white look. And then you're going to get this really intense Cherry Cobbler look. All right. So then we'll put that on the top and see it covers up, you know, parts of it. So you just have like that variation. So it gets really dark, and I just thought it was really cool. So then when you put the wreath together, let me show you how to do that. I have most of it together, and the wreaths I've already done, I wove ribbon through it, but I wasn't like, I don't know, I didn't think it needed it after I started working on it again. But here is the wreath itself, okay? So I'm going to show you, there you go. See how I put them all together, and then see how you can tell the difference between Real Red and then the Cherry Cobbler, where I did parts of it really dark. I did parts of it really dark up here too. And we're going to add another dark one down on the bottom here. Okay, so let me show you how to do that. For this part, you're going to need a glue gun. I happen to have a wireless glue gun. I really like it. Use it all the time. So we're going to put that on the bottom of the wreath, and you can put it right over the lights. It's fine, right over the lights. And I'm going to just give a little glob on there. And then remember, you'll have to pull off all the strings, you know, after you get everything together. So I'm just going to push down on that, make sure that that dries really well. Okay. And then I wanted to show you the leaves. I've done the same technique with the leaves. I wanted to give them a little variegated color. So one half of the leaf I did in a dark green, mossy meadow, and the other half in old olive, just to give a really good contrast. So we've got that darker color in there. And then I added some of these jewels. They're the beaded pearls in the catalog. I added them kind of strategically throughout. I didn't put them on everyone, but just a couple. And then, you know, to put the leaves on is real easy. The best way I think to do it is put the glue on the top side of the leaf that's going to be showing, and then just tuck it on the vellum, and then have it stick right on the vellum. I think that's the best way to do it, because then it's not going to fall off of this portion, like this wire wreath, at any point in time. It won't be so delicate, I guess is the word that I want to say. I hope it's not too delicate, because this is going to a friend in Utah, and I know she'll probably, I hope she loves it. She's probably watching this video, so she knows it's coming already. But then the last thing I did is I wanted it to give, you know, I wanted to have a little bit of that old world look. So I just went to Michael's and got these beads here, and they're like an off-white and like a bronzy color, and I just incorporated those beads with the glue gun throughout the wreath here. So now like I said, this has a pretty long cord on it. Okay, so there's a pretty long cord, and then 3 batteries, and so you turn it on, and then oh yeah, you can see. So you can see the fun little colors and stuff peeping through, but this has a little trigger on it, so it's different colors, you know. Let's see, can you see? Oh, let's go on the top. So this is like a multicolor, and then this is like more greens and blues. There you go, more greens again. So it's like multicolored green and blue, so it's really pretty. You can do just about anything you want, and you can hang it anywhere you want. But I just thought this is so much fun to do. And if you don't have the poinsettia set, maybe you can get the bow set. Maybe you have the bow set. That would be beautiful on this too. Or if you just don't want to do it for Christmas and you're thinking you might want to do it for spring, then do it for spring. But it's just a fun project to do. It comes together really, really fast after you get the pieces cut out, and then it's super pretty in person. You will love the colors of this. But I did see some Stamping Friends this weekend, and I really want to show you a couple other projects done with the poinsettia set. So here's the next project. This is from Lila Pals, and she has a candle and a charger. That plate is called a charger. She got it from Michael's. It's like $5 or $6, and she did a great job with the poinsettia set. And then some of our paper, that's the flocked poinsettia paper that we have in the catalog. So if you don't have that, I have mentioned this before, go and get some, because when we're out and we're done, and you won't be able to get it next year. And it is such beautiful paper. And then I think she used some of the same paper from the poinsettia package of paper. And remember, that holiday catalog is going to be running out soon. We're done at the end of December, and then we're on to a new catalog and lots of fun new stuff, which I should be able to get out some neat videos about some of the new stuff that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. But the other die that she used here that kind of people gloss over, which is a fantastic die because it has like all of the holiday words in it, is the Word Wishes die. She used that too. See where she said it says Merry Christmas. I tried to pick it up in the picture, but it's just very the light wasn't perfect so that you could see it real clearly, but she's got the Merry and the Christmas there, so it's very beautiful. Then the other project that I have is the organizer. And so my friend Sue Miller, she did this organizer, And actually I put all the stuff in there for this project. Again, she used the poinsettia paper, and garden green paper, and she did find this project online. You just have to search for an organizer project online. All of it was done with 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, and then she used the double-sided glue or double-sided tear tape to assemble it. But as you can see, she did the same thing, embossed the poinsettia on white and gold and on garden green, cut it out, and then used some of the matching paper to decorate the box. But it's a fun little box to hold all of your things in. So I was pretty lucky this week when I left to get some of these really cute projects. So I hope you enjoyed the projects that I did today. I'm working on more videos. I'm always working on videos. I hope you have a lovely Thanksgiving. Today is the 20, what does it say in the back? It's the 24th today. So Thanksgiving's in a couple of days. I hope you get to spend some time with some of your loved ones. I know that you can't be with all of your loved ones, but this is just such a weird year. I'm hoping that it's over with soon, but I hope you enjoyed this. If you've got some of these items in your stamp collection, embossing powder, vellum, and some kind of really cool stamp set that you can cut out and emboss and put on a wreath, I would go to IKEA on Thursday and Friday. I guess they're going to be discounted. They're about $15 normally. So if they're discounted even a little bit, that is a super gift that you could give to somebody. So I want you guys to have a great day, a great Thanksgiving vacation, and just so all of you know, somebody asked me about Sophie, my daughter's dog. She's off the bed now and sitting on the back porch surveying her domain, watching for her mom to come home. So I'll have a picture of that the next video. How about if I put that up the next video? But you guys have a great day, and thanks for sharing this time with me.